Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 Live. That's right. And in today's episode, it's going to be a little shorter than usual because the roofers were here really late, trying to do as much as they could to get things wrapped up. They still didn't quite finish, so they're going to have to come back tomorrow. But it does look like they'll wrap up with a half day, which is actually awesome because I thought they'd be here for 3 solid days, and it looks like now they're going to be able to wrap things up by lunchtime tomorrow. So they worked a little extra late today, again, to kind of get things done early and get things wrapped up on that roof, because I need a roof. You got to have a roof to to do this stuff. So let me flop over some screens here. Yeah, do the flopping. No, not that one. I know that screen. That's a great screen. But that's not the screen we need. We need this one. And hopefully it's working. Man, let me tell you, the desktop is acting a little weird. So I don't think we're going to get any desktop audio because I think it's really upset with me. To be honest, we'll turn it on, but I think the desktop audio is a little upset. So we'll see how it goes, and but that's all right. Sometimes the desktop audio hasn't got anything good to say anyway. Of course, let's talk about what we did last time and what we're going to do today. So, of course, last time we set up a fuel line, you betcha. And I mean, we didn't just set up any fuel line. This thing is awesome. First of all, we use this station to double capture oil. Oh, yes, we do. And we take that oil. And, of course, we don't just take it like a mile or two. No way. We drag that all the way north. Why? Because this is how we make monies, people. We make monies by dragging stuff around. That's how we do. So we take that oil as far as we can go. And then, of course, what do? We bring that oil all the way back, right? So, of course, up here, we refine that at one of these 2 oil refineries. This one here on the left, sorry, my little shaky finger there. So, of course, we refine that oil here on the left. You notice we got some new track here. We're going to talk about that in a sec. And then, of course, we take that refined oil all the way to the bottom of the map. And, of course, we do that down here. And, of course, then FAR takes that oil and says, yes, show me the monies. And we do make the monies. We make 31 million of that monies from that train. You betcha, because that's what we do. And in fact, while I was fixing a few other lines and I was letting the game run while I was fixing like up that food line that I deleted that train on 2 episodes ago and a few other things, yeah, we got $1 billion. So we got all kinds of money. I'm not even going to look at the money anymore. We're definitely going to look at the monies because I like looking at the monies. But I'm not going to worry about having to spend monies anymore. We just make monies. That's what we do here. That's what I like to do in games. I like to make those monies. So in this case, we made that fuel line. And it worked out great. And, of course, then just to top that all off, we even added that second brick line, I think. Of course, we got brick running back down here to Wooler. And, of course, that means, hey, they're joining the club. You betcha. And, of course, by doing all that, what do we get? We get really cool train lines. You know what? We can even let this run a little bit just to see the really cool train lines in action. Because, I mean, it's getting really groovy now. I mean, look at this intersection. Look at this intersection. This intersection alone is like so much goodness. And, man, I really wish my desktop audio was working, but it's not, unfortunately, because it would sound really good if that desktop audio was working. But it is what it is, But this intersection is just getting to be more awesome by the second, right? Of course, yeah. Figures probably a Windows update that I didn't notice snuck something in, right? Like, you know how it is. Things sneak in all the time from Windows Update and some things, and then the next thing you know don't know what's going on. But yeah, this whole train intersection here that we got going on here, this is getting really awesome. And in fact, it's been added onto since last time. So actually, there's some new pieces here that weren't here from the last episode. I mean, look at this. I mean, this has just got. Oh yeah, look at that. Yes, you go that way. He's gonna go this way. Everybody's going which way? It's yep. Yeah, that's right. You guys just figure that all out. Yeah, some guys are getting food, some guys are getting brick. This guy's got the fuel because he making me monies, right? That's what he does. It's all good in the end. There goes a brick train. Yeah, that's a new bridge, by the way. We're going to talk about that in a sec. Yep. We are actually on multiple new lines here. So these guys here on the two lines on the left. But hey, we got two more new lines on the right. What's that all about? Well, let's talk about all that stuff. So let's get out of all that. And what are we doing today? Well, because it's a shorter episode today, wow, I mean, it just looks so awesome. It looks so awesome from space. Hey, Bedford wants fuel. You know that? And you know what we're going to give them? Fuel, because that's what we do. We give stuff to people. Like Harrogate here. I mean, Harrogate's been partying since the early days, right? And I mean, Farconnell down there, they've been partying with their fuel. But Bedford has been the other town that's been saying, hey, listen, we want to be part of this club, the four group club, and we want gas. And it turns out there was some gas right over here, right? I believe in the last episode, I had these big, ugly arrows drawn with train tracks. I had these big, ugly arrows drawn with train tracks. And it was like, what are these arrows for? Well, now we have all new track in here, you betcha. So I've tuned this up. Let's have a look at all this. This is really nice. You wait till we put this line in. It's going to blow your mind. But we had to tune this up a little bit so they could get their new fuel. So we've added another set of platforms for them so they can get their new fuel when we hook it all up here shortly. And we got all this new track coming in. Oh, yeah. I mean, because this is the oil line here. This is the main oil line here. And, of course, they're gonna use that line for this. So, of course, we peel off here. We drop off the processed oil from top, boom. And then we're going to take it to town, boop. And then we're going to pick up more oil, boop. And then we're going to run back up north, boop. Oh, yeah. And meanwhile, we got this brick line going on here. Yeah, that didn't go away, right? Like, this brick line that's for this silly little town up here, Terbury. I still kept that brick line around. It's not my most profitable thing I've ever done, but I've still kept that line for them because I was really nice. And sure enough, we still have trains coming in here picking up that brick, so we had to keep that going too. Now, of course, they came in this way, but of course, coming out, after they drop this fuel off in this in Bedford here, they now got to come out underneath this bridge, out through the other side. And, this is going to be so awesome. We hooked this up. It's going to look so great. I'll tell you right now. It's going to be awesome. So with this, let's now actually, that's this side here. Now, the other side, of course, we had to, of course, get ready to process that fuel. Again, we're already using the oil line track that we have, so we're good to go there. Now, of course, we have a split here. So, of course, the original line that's already here is going to this first station. But this, of course, is where the trains will now head off for Bedford to get to their second processing station, the second oil refinery, and that's going on. This outer track, by the way, it's all brand new. This is for next episode. Yeah, oh yeah. I see tools in the future. Oh, yeah. But that is next episode. Hey, got to have some future surprises ahead. And sometimes when you're planning ahead this kind of stuff, you have to put in a few extra pieces to make sure you've got everything ready to go. So in this case, let's now do this fuel line. So I've got the track all down. I did the track work and the signal work because I know how much you guys just love watching me do the signals. It's just... there's so much excitement there. But hey, we got that done. So now it's train time. Oh yeah, train time. It's train time. Do. We're going to do trains now. Okay. Of course, we're going to do them trains starting here. You know it. Boop, boop. I think I want that on the top one, big guy. Boom, there we go. I don't think it really matters for the start on this one. So we're going to have that there. Meanwhile, hey, we're going to come up here, put on a setup here. Okay, and again, it shouldn't really matter which side I do this, but we'll make sure it's on the switch side anyway. There we go. Now we need to actually do some trucking, I think. I mean, I think these guys have a general purpose line. Yeah, like they have a general purpose line where they're picking up a little brick on the side, right? I mean, these guys aren't asking for a lot of brick, right? They're only asking for like 10 brick at the moment. So we were using this food line, and when some brick would drop off, they would do that for us. But I think we're gonna have to give these guys a dedicated food line. So we're gonna have a look at that. Yeah, like I'm a little more nervous about these guys. So I'm actually gonna give them a dedicated food line, and we're actually gonna give them dedicated trucks for that. And I'm actually going to make this red so you can see it. Boom, boom. Do that. Okay. And so in this case, I still got to clean up these 7 temporary lines. Still haven't done that. But what? So this is going to be the Bedford truck. Oil line. Yep, that's what we do. Yep, 10 truck, ROM truck, Duncan. Yeah, there we go. Train food, truck oil, and then there should be like why did I call that road fuel? If I like. See, I'm gonna have to go through and fix that now. So we'll change that truck to road. I'm fine with that. I notice I have the word truck down here, though, so I'm going to have to actually fix that. Because I used the word truck down here somewhere. I seen it. There was like truck. Yeah, no. If we're using be consistent, Max. Be consistent. There we go. Yep, and you too, sir. If we're using the word road, then road it is. Road vehicles. So with that, now let's put some road vehicles on that. So let's do that. And again, I'm not putting too many on there. Well, I say that, but I'm probably going to put 4 of them on there. Yeah, buy them. Yep, boom, boom. And of course, this is going to be the Bedford Road oil. Done. So that's going to handle that part. Now it's time for the train line. This is going to be awesome. I just want to point this out. This is going to be slick. This is where we start, and don't be surprised when this actually gets all messed up, because it's gonna need a little bit of work. It's gonna need a bit of work. So we want to come all the way up here to this. Boom. And I see you're already not guessing that right, but I was not surprised about that. Yeah, I know you can't connect all your stations yet, and I'm hoping this is just because that this is kind of semi-complicated for you, computer. But we're gonna make this work for you. We're gonna make this work for you. So then you're gonna come up here and you're gonna bring that processed fuel up here, and then you're gonna come down here. I know. You're getting here, though. So far, so good. And then, of course, you're going to come down here, and you're going to drop that fuel off in town. I know. That's crazy talk, right? Right? Now, see what's happening? Look, it's going to come into town, drop the fuel off, turn around, and then come right back out on this line. And notice there's no errors on this line anymore. I know. This is, I call it the zigzag pattern. I've done this before multiple times. Transport Fever 1 does it better. I tend to think it gets a little less confused, but we got it to work on this one. It's all good. So this is a zigzag pattern. So what it's going to do is it's going to grab raw oil, take it all the way north, bring that raw oil back to this refinery, and then we're going to use the same train to drop off the fuel in town. So we pick up this finished fuel, run it over here to town, come back and pick up raw oil and take off again. That's what it's doing. And this is where the zigzag part is right here, right? So it's going to go zip, 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 and then take off, right? So that's actually going to be really cool. So this is going to be the Bedford train oil. And yep, there we go. I'm hoping that's not conflicting with other colors I've got going on here on the line, is it? Oh, no, that other oil line is green, so this actually works out really, really good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let's put some trains on this, and this should be awesome. All right, we're actually going to let the calendar run a little bit. Just so as we can see time advance. We're getting really close to big boys now, and of course, when we hit them big boy numbers, we may have to upgrade a few oil line trains to take advantage of that. Right now, of course, we're going to stay with them 10-wheelers, and I think we're going to stick. I'm going to stick with. These are the best tank cars at the moment, right? I think so. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96. I'm going to go with 108. And again, I'm going to buy them now, right? We're just going to buy 5 on each side. And we're just going to release one at a time. So this is going to be the train oil on this side. Now, I am going to pause this for a second while I buy my other 5 trains up here. All right. I'm assuming I'm going with 10, but I may end up going with 12. It all depends. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, 10-wheeler, and then down here at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just slam a bunch of cars, and we're gonna buy 5 of those because that's what you do when you have way too much money. You get silly, stupid, and you just start shopping. Okay, and we're going to put them on the train oil too. Now, so we're going to let that slowly run away here for a minute. Let's talk about this oil well. So, last episode, of course, what's happening is them Bedford, them far trains, them far oil trains are bringing fuel all the way up here, right? So, of course, what's happening is they're bringing that oil all the way up here. Here comes right now, right? He coming in here. Boom, he got 96 out of 96. I could give him 108, I guess. But anyway, he got oil on here, right? And, of course, when it comes into this refiner, it's going to convert them 2 oil into 1 refined oil. And that's a bit of a issue, right? Because we don't want this train going back empty, half empty, right? So he's going to drop off his 96. But we don't want this train going back with only like 40, right? We want him going back as full as possible. So he's emptying out, right? And now he's packing up, right? 50, 60, 72. Nice. I'll take that. I'll take 72. So he obviously brought 96 up here. He can carry 96. We want him to take almost 96 back. But he only brought enough up here to do 48. So where's the rest coming from? The rest is coming from these secondary trucks, right? Now we have just enough trucks on here to kind of dribble oil in to say, hey, look at this. We're just dribbling the oil in to give a little extra to these trains because these trains are the big money makers, right? And if they run full both ways, 32 million, right? These trucks, right? What's this line? Oh, I mean, even this line's making me 300,000. I mean, you can't go wrong. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing with this guy over here. So we're actually going to take this. We're going to make a road. We need road. Roads. Where we're from, you don't need roads. Well, I'm not from there, so I still need roads. Okay, so we're going to take this roads, and we're going to go this way. And I got to be really careful here because I may actually want to use that station one day. So I do want to be a little careful here. Listen, roads, dude, roads. Everybody needs roads. So we're gonna come up here, and I must admit, I'm a little bit bummed out about my audio not working today. It's driving me crazy. The twin coach and an airplane. Oh, well, there you go. That's interesting. So we'll just hook that road up right there. Okay, so you know what? It's time for upgrades, people. Upgrades. This road isn't attached to anything, so I'm perfectly fine upgrading it to the latest and greatest road network of things. There we go. Done. So what we want to do here now is we're going to actually make a line here, a supplement line for this guy. And How you doing down there, train? Okay, you're still pulling away. We have this running on only slow speed here, right? So I'm not too worried about him getting too far ahead. We want to do that. We want to do that. We want to do this, and we're gonna stick this in here. And of course, we want to make as much money as possible, so we're gonna have these guys drag it around for a bit. Ooh, gee whiz! I really hate that price. Yeah, let's put it on the other side of the road. Try and save a few dollars. Wow. Okay. So we're going to use this same company, right? We might as well use this same company. And if this is the case, I'm gonna split this off here for a second. We're going to configure this. No, cargo. Yes, cargo. Show me the monies. Yeah, we'll do this. Now, are you going to give me a really hard time on this street access? I'll bet you are, because you like to give me a hard time on street access all the time, and I don't know why. So we're going to take that one away. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and the road hates you. The road just hates you. I don't know why, but the road hates you on that stuff. But we'll just do that. We'll just do that. No, I need this one. Thank you very much. And yeah, just give me the streets. Yeah, give me the street thing, because I don't know what it is about you, game, but you hate doing that. And then we're just gonna bring this back out here. And yep, just something like that. Done. And that way we can keep that traffic rolling. Okay, so with that, we now need to put a line in for this. New line. That looks like a brown raspberry. Okay, sure. That's one. This will be the other one up here. And again, I am just going to put on I'll put 4 trucks on the start. That is not going to make me enough money, right? Right now, I know that this line here has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what's that? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I know this line has 11 trucks on it, and it's just enough to almost fill the extra rest of that train. And so I'm probably going to need... Well, you know what? I'll try. I'll take a little chance here. Let's take a little bit of a chance, right? Let's do 12 right off the top and see what happens. No, not 121. That would kill that train. So again, we want this to run a little short, just a little short, right? We know these trains are going to bring 108 with them. We want them to take back almost 108, because if they're running over, they will actually backlog themselves. So we're gonna try 12. Did you name this line, Max? I don't think you did. I think you just did a line 9, didn't you? No, you did a line 8. But I'm gonna fix that. Gosh darn it. Listen, you are what did I name the other one? Yeah, fuel extra. Okay, yep. We'll name this one. This one will be Bedford. The Bedford Road oil extra. Something like that. Is that what that this one up here? Well, okay, you want to call it fuel extra. Okay, you know what? I will fix my conventions later. It's just what it is. All right, so let's see what we can make things happen here. Okay, let's actually give this a little bit of gas. Oh, wait a minute. Let's make sure I don't lose the train I'm trying to track here, right? So the other trick to this, of course, is once again, just like the other episodes, we're trying to gauge space here, right? So I'm now trying to look at the whole line in its entirety. It's basically a backwards N, right? So so instead of an N going up, down, and up, this one goes down, up, and down. So it's basically looking at an N in the mirror. Hey, Medi, what's going on? Hope you're doing good over there. I hope things are going all right. And I realize I'm running a little late today, but the roofers, man, them roofers. Let me tell you, they were busy. They were busy guys, and the roof is almost done. So, I let them work as long as they could. So this is a backwards N. Now, that means if this is a backwards N, the middle would be right about here at our main intersection, except I'm doing a zigzag over here on the left, right? Which is going to tie up a little extra. So this zigzag means that the middle of this is probably this farm. So I am going to want to do The roofer's got a roof, man. I need. It turns out you got to have a roof on a house. I mean, who knew, right? Well, I did. I knew, and it's important. So, hey, slam that roof on there, guys. It's important. So we need, and what do we want to do? So this is going to be the halfway point, and so I guess I'm going to watch these trains. Like I said, I'm going to try and put. I'd like to have 5 trains, make it all the way down. So we're going to try train 66 here. He's going to hang out for a while. Let's hit the fast forward button so he can get a little distance on, right? So we'll let him get to the top of the N and then put the next set of trains out. I'm hoping. How many trains do I have on that other line? That other train line 7. So I think that has 10 trains too. I'm hoping 10 trains will be enough for this. All right. So. You got to tell me where you are, dude. Okay, yeah, you're scooting. You're scooting. Yep, you go. Scoot. Yep. I know you're moving. We might need 6 trains going in each direction. That could be a thing. It is what it is. So he's just about at the top of the N. So we're gonna stop there. We're gonna put our second set of trains out there now. Hello, Bedford Train Oil. Yep, off you go. And while we're at it, I should try to look up where his partner is, because his partner is here somewhere. And Bedford Train Oil. Off you go. Now, I'm assuming his partner is right here, right? And he is doing the zigzag as we speak. So this is what he's doing. He is actually coming back on his zigzag trip to actually pick up this oil now, right? So we've got like all kinds of oil sitting here. He's going to pick that up and he's going to take off, right? So you would think, well, why didn't he get around the bend and up the hill? Well, that's because he's in the middle of the zigzag pattern here. So that's what's going on there. In fact, we'll put train 61 down here just for the funds. Okay, so off he goes. So now I do have to get this other train out of here because this is the one that we are going to watch. We're going to watch these guys. We'll watch these guys on the right because watching the zigzag pattern do it, that gets to be a little confusing if you're not careful. So I'll watch these guys from the right of the N, and I'll let the zigzag pattern just kind of work its way through because it is what it is. All right, so we know the train, right? There he goes, right? Train 61. He's just picked up all his oil. Now this guy coming in behind him. They're not even on the same tracks. They're not even on the same set of tracks yet, right? This guy's going to go down here. He's going to go to Bedford and pretend everything's all normal for him. Meanwhile, we're watching Train 67 just to see where he goes. Train 66 is now crossing the mega intersection, which looks awesome, because it's the mega intersection. Yeah. Yes. But, yep. Meanwhile, we do have to keep an eye on this guy. No. What do you No. Who's abandoning what? Is that okay? Do I want that farm to disappear? Do I need that farm? Oh, I don't know. I really hate losing farm. Well, maybe it's okay for it to disappear. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to let that one go. I'm going to let that one go. It's all right. It's fine. It's all good. That one can go poof, and that's the way it is. Meanwhile, Train 67, he's racing it down here. Because hey, we're gonna have to make some money someday. Train 66, where's he at? He's making his way down towards the end. Train 67 is he's got a good clip on. This is probably a good time to let the next one go. Now, this actually is really good because Train 61, right? Train 61 has now left the zigzag and is working his way up the N. That's great. Meanwhile, his friend, is this his friend right here? Working his way through the zigzag? Yes, it is. And he is just about to the same spot where he started. So that's actually really good. In fact, we'll hit the play button on this. We'll send his friend off. Boom. There's one. And then I'll run up here really fast, and I'll send his friend off. And done. And, of course, now we'll hit the fast forward button so we can get him up on the screen. Come on out, big guy. You're just being shy. Come on out now. There you go. 68 done. Meanwhile, we're keeping an eye on train 66 because they have now passed. Train 66 and train 61 have now actually crisscrossed each other. That's great. That's what we want. And of course, we're keeping an eye on train 66 because if this was a complete cycle for the first round, he would have actually had another 108 refined oil on, and of course, getting ready to drop that off and get ready to enter the zigzag pattern, right? So this is actually pretty crazy. In fact, I'm a little concerned now because I might actually not need any more trains after this. In fact, where's train 61 at? Yeah, and okay, I can see why. I'm not gonna release trains from this depot anymore. I'll sell these two, and that's the zigzag pattern is what the difference is here. It'll be a little easier to explain it when I go back up north. So let me let me keep 61 up here. 66 is train 68 close to the top of this thing yet? No. See, he's not even at the top turn yet to release the next train, but 66 is about to come into the station. He's literally about to arrive here. So I don't need these other two trains here. So I'm going to get rid of those. Yep, sell those. Boink. Bye-bye. So he is actually going to be the next, he would actually just be in the rotation. He is the next rotational train of things, right? And hey, guess what? You had better be picking up fuel. Yes, you are. Boom. That's right. You pick up that fuel. Now, and I noticed they're going to start doing this little maneuver. We got to put a stop to this right now. So you notice on this dock, there is raw fuel here. And there was refined fuel here. The raw fuel should not be going anywhere, right? Where's he going with this raw fuel, right? So we're going to actually configure this a little bit. We'll bring up the line. We're going to manage the line. This is station 5. So station 5, if we configure it, we want them to unload refined fuel, but we do not want them to load fuel. Right? We want them to drop off. We don't want them to bring raw fuel here at all, right? All we want here is refined fuel. So I don't know why these guys are carrying raw fuel up here, but we don't want that, right? So that's what this little gear for is on your line management system. It allows you to, whatever you have coming into a station, it allows you to then say, hey, I realize I'm doing a zigzag pattern here. I'm picking up different materials, and I don't want you to drop off some of them materials at this station or drop off some materials at this station, right? So this is station 1, and of course, when they're all done playing around here, I don't want them bringing any refined fuel here at all, right? So this is station 1. So there should be no fuel. There should be no refined fuel here at all, right? They should have dropped it all off in town before they come here. So that is the other thing, right? So in this case, that will now stop them. That will now stop them from bringing raw oil here, right? They're gonna not bring raw oil here anymore. They'll realize, wait a minute, where can I take my raw oil to? Well, I've only got one place left, and that is up here, right? So, of course, we want them to drop that oil up here. So we're going to bring the line up again. So this is going to be the station 3. So up here at the third station, we want them to drop off, unload that raw fuel, but we want them to load the finished, refined stuff to take back with them. Right, and that's done. Now, I had to do the same thing because the brick lines were doing the same thing. The brick lines would drop off stone here in Bedford on their platform, and it'd be like, why are you dropping stone off there? And that's because the line would recognize this here, and it knew that trains stopped here for it, and it was kind of like, well, I'll just give some of my stone to him. And it's like, no, you don't want to do that at all. Okay, don't do that. So this should now fix that little problem, right? It's not a big problem, but you got to catch it early because if not, they would start dropping oil like truckloads of barrels of fuel oil here, and they'll never take it here, obviously, right? So now we're gonna run that ahead a little bit. Now, train 68, where are you at? You are making your way to the top of the map. Meanwhile, train 61 is also almost at the top of the map. So we actually got to get another train out here really, really soon. Like, really, really soon. So we got to get another train out here. Yeah, do another train, dude. And guess what? I think this is going to be my last one that I take the chance on anyway. So we're going to run that out. I don't think I'll need this last train, so I'm going to sell it. There we go. Done. So that will now we'll put him up on the screen. There's train 69. I mean, come on. It's just a given. I'm not going to even say anything about that. Okay, so in this case, so we now have train 66, right? He is now doing the zigzag, right? He's got the nice flashy fuel. He's going to drop it off here in Bedford. Boing, make me some money. That's right, $500,000. And now he's going to run up and get a fresh load of raw gas, right? Raw fuel from the barrels and take off, right? Meanwhile, train 67 is now coming into the station, and if he was part, now that he's actually going to be in the cycle, if he had his 108 refined fuel, he would drop off, of course, and it would be the same deal. Now, so as you can see here, now that we've got some stuff going on here, notice that we've got no more oil barrels being dropped off here. In fact, they are picking it up. And who's picking it up? These trucks are. That's who's picking it up. In fact, I got to look at these trucks. Trucks. Hey, trucks. Are you guys like line 3? I think this line actually is trying to supply. Oh, are you doing Harrogate? Really? Is that a thing? I'm letting you guys do Harrogate at the same time? Oh, okay. That's fine, I guess, but I might have to give you bigger trains. That's very interesting. Because obviously, why would that be? Oh, I know why. Because I cut this off. Okay. Listen, line 3, I'll be right back for you. You know what? We'll make you permanent line 3. I had made line 3 at one time as a temporary measure, but obviously it's not so temporary anymore. Obviously, I've actually been feeding Harrogate with this fuel line, so we had better feed them the right way, right? Okay. Hey, little extra bonus here today because I was really only going to focus on this train fuel line, and now I've got to actually fix Harrogate because we don't want Harrogate to lose their fuel. Where were you refining this at? Oh, you're refining it down here. Oh, and this is where you're getting the raw fuel at. Right, you're doing this double shunt business. Right. Okay, I remember that. So you're doing the double shunting thing, and then you've got to bring it up here to be refined. That's fine. And then you're taking it to town. Okay, well that's actually not too bad. So I don't have to worry about oil. I guess I don't have to worry about anything here except that I just literally have to give Harrogate this route, make it official. Road oil. OIL. There. Done. Congratulations. You're now part of the big family, I guess. And in fact, I just noticed I actually use like 2 R's and an O. So and I know I just fixed all theirs the other day. Okay, so they can stick around. I just realized though, if they're sharing this factory, is that going to cause me a problem with my trains? I didn't realize Harrogate was sharing this factory. I was going to cut it off. I thought that line 3 was a temporary line. And there's no other refineries, I don't think. Let's actually have a look at product. Refineries, please. Yeah, there's only 3 refineries. There's that one there. which we're using right at the moment. We're using this one down here, and the third one is the one that's up north for that town specific. Yeah, so in this case, yeah, this one, this town just kind of gets their own little refinery just because it worked out in this 5-star pattern. Is that going to cause me a headache? I don't know. It's good. There's the big boy. Look at it. $13 million of goodness. Yeah, you know what we're doing next episode. Okay, so I mean, it is what it is. I'm not even closing the window. I'm going to let it take it away because it's just so good to look at. Listen, I really wish you guys would not have dropped off that one barrel of oil up here because that's just really dumb. So what happened here was it wasn't the trains bringing that oil. It was the trucks. The trucks tried. See how the trucks are bringing the oil up here? They tried to drop that oil off up here. That was very sneaky of them, and I don't know why they tried to do that. You know, we're gonna double check these numbers just to make sure. So, you know, you've got 1 going to 2, back to 3, back to 4. Now, once 4 picks up, right? It comes up here. Right? That's 4. No, yeah, keep showing me the line stuff. All right, there we go. And I'm just making sure. Okay, that's just a waypoint. So 6 would be next on the list. So yes, it would be at 6, and then I'm assuming you would go off to town, right? And you're giving these guys, yeah, here at Victoria Street, number 7. So why would you bring oil up there? That was very sneaky of you. Well, you would have because when you picked up oil from this oil refinery, you probably thought, hey, I should take some oil to help these trains out, and didn't let you. But you notice that oil's gone now, so that's not going to be a problem. And we don't let that oil here anymore, so that's still not a problem, right? You know, no oil for this location. All the oil must come from this location. Oh, yes, look at this. Done and done. Okay, so I'm hoping that will be one of the last trains we have. Yeah, so that's train 69. It should be the last train coming down here that actually is part of the cycle where there is, hey, look, you brought the farm back. Where'd you bring the farm back at? Okay, so you took the farm away from up here. Yeah, from right there, and you put it all the way down here. Okay, cool. Still probably not the best spot for it, but whatever. We'll play with it later. So in this case, are you like I know these guys have got to be picking up good money now, right? So he's coming in 7 out of 12. I really wish that was better. Yeah, that's really not great, dude. What's train 62 got? 60 out of 60. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, that's better. 63, 60, yes. 66. He's taking oil down. All right, so that's good. That actually is really good. That means our truck line is supplementing somewhat decent. Ooh, a bunch of Studebakers have arrived. 1945 in January of 45. You know what? Probably time to pause that up a little bit. And so we know that these guys are now getting 60 oil a drop off from the trucks, right? So these guys are bringing in 108, which is converting into 54, and the trucks are dropping off 6 more and getting converted before the train takes off. So we're going to actually give them another, I'm going to say 6 to start. We're going to do 6 more and balance this out. Road extra. There we go. We'll give him 6 more. Now, I mean, it is a balancing game. So like I said, I played for about an hour offline to balance this line out. And sure enough, right, like these trains now, right, are leaving almost full of refined oil, but not overfilled, right? That's the trick here. We want the train lines to be the money makers, and if they're overfilling, then they won't pick up as much raw oil to come back with. So we always want to leave them just a little bit short, right? And that's what this truck line, this supplemental truck line does. It grabs some oil and it says, yeah, okay, I'll do the things and it's all good. And meanwhile, we can come down here and have a look at this. This actually should look pretty cool. Actually, I really wish it didn't need to do this. I wish it would know that it could do a Y split here. I don't know why it does that with every supplemental line, right? I wish it would just do a Y split there and then do that, but it is what it is. I can't I can't do anything about it, I guess. But it is doing what it's supposed to do. It's like they're driving in, they're driving out. That's really good. Let's see if we're gonna start making any money on this Bedford train oil. Yeah, 8 million and climbing. You betcha. Oh man, I love oil. It's so awesome. Meanwhile, the food line it goes up and down, but that's just because that was always going to be a little iffy at times. That's fine. Everything else that's losing money is basically a road line. Now this train brick, right? This Wooler train brick, it has been having difficulty making money. And it has been since the start of it. And I haven't done anything with it. I've just been kind of letting it float along at a loss. Um, yeah, they always pick up from the right side, right? And of course, so if you have any platforms on the left, they have to do that silly U-turn thing. And I wish they would just fix that mechanic and say, "Oh, look, I can pick up on the other side," right? Now, okay, I guess one way to get around that is this. Look, you know what? We're gonna fix that. That's good, because why not? I can do that. Let's go to the top of the map for a second. Yes, this is one way to fix it, but it's really dumb, and I shouldn't have to do this. Are you gonna go to the top of the map, Max, or are you just gonna like swirl around here like? Here we go. Here we are. Listen, guys, get. We're gonna fix this. Cargo. Yeah. We're gonna do this, this, and that, right? And then we're gonna take this oil extra and manage the line, and we're going to say we're going to have you go to here, like that. There, fixed, right? But I shouldn't have to do that. It's kind of like, like why, why? In fact, I do this? I think I can. Street access. Yes, I can. And I think I can do a double arrow out too. Um, but that it's just a bit of a bummer that it doesn't kind of recognize that as a default, and instead it's like I have to manually make it do it that way. Don't get me wrong, it'll work, right? Right, guys, you're gonna work, right? Listen, let's run you a little faster because I know I just upset you all, but this should work just fine. Well, of course, you're not going to use my second entrance and second exit because that would make too much sense, guys. Right, guys? Yeah, like, why would you use the second entrance and the second exit when you could just, like, all go into the first entrance and exit? Okay, that's fine. You know what? I'm not even going to look at you guys anymore. But it's just too bad that it just doesn't figure out, like, little differences like that. And again, this is where I will say it is a computer game, or it is a computer program, and there's always going to be limitations, and maybe that's one of them crazy limitations to stick in where it just it isn't going to happen. All right, so our wool train brick, the line, it's not really losing money, but it's not making money, right? This is probably the one line I have that's a little questionable in life. And I think the problem is that Wooler is just not growing enough, right? It's just not growing enough for what we're hauling down here. You can see 84 out of 84. Everybody's really happy. They got their brick. Oh, they got brick. They got brick all over the place. They're happy with their brick, but they're just not overly happy. Right? One, it's a smaller town, so it's going to be a little harder to push them. And at the same time, it just is what it is. And of course, the second thing they want is goods, which is like the most painful thing to make. Is there anything I'm going to be able to do with this right away? Probably not. We have a bus service running for them. which is hardly not getting a lot of use. But I mean, it is getting a little use. So I am running a bus service for them. I mean, it has great coverage all over the town, right? We got coverage all over the town for both the commercial, industrial sections and the train station. We're doing all the right things. It's just, I mean, I could try to cut the trains back, make them a little longer, and turn a profit that way, a little higher profit. Because right now I'm running these trains like I'm running what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm running 10 trains, so I could cut this back to 8, maybe even 6 trains, and make these trains longer. Try putting, but I mean, it's a balancing act, right? So right now, it's not making me a lot of money, but it's not losing me a lot of money either, right? See, like it just kind of floats in like around the zero mark. You get 300,000, you lose 300,000, blah blah blah. So right now, I'm just leaving it alone because at least it's keeping them industries alive. And I mean, come on, we're making gazillions, right? We're making the millions. Look at this, 19 million, right? Like we're making the millions, right? I mean, even the passenger line with them Zephyrs is still making me between 10 and 14 million all the time, right? You got to love it. And I mean, Zephyrs a lot of the time won't make you money, but I mean, come on. When you can make Zephyrs make you good money, then you can't complain too hard. I mean, it really is kind of hard to complain. Managed vehicles. You know what? In fact, we're going to change the maintenance schedule on this. Yeah, we're gonna apply a 25% maintenance schedule on these trains just to start making them look good, right? Because I know they're not looking so good, right? They're a little rusty now. But we'll put a little maintenance schedule on them. We'll shine them babies right back up. It'll look super hot. You know it. Done. Look at that. Yes. And unfortunately, my desktop sound is still not working. So we don't get to hear them cool, but I mean, they look cool. And I guess that's what counts, right? As it zips along the line here, heading into Wooler. That's for sure. Because I mean, these trains are dedication trains, right? These are kernel failure dedication trains, so I'd rather keep them as long as I can. Yes, we'll go to Metroliners one day, but that doesn't have to be today. And these are doing just fine. They're not overly loaded. They're still going really super fast, which is super awesome because fast means makes me money. Look, you betcha. And we like it when we make money. That's where it is. So this one is a little shorter today, but let's have a look at what's coming up. So if that fuel pans out, and it obviously is, boom. If we have a look up here, boom. Train brick, yes. Train food. Bedford train oil, 10 million and climbing all the time. You betcha. Let's see how Bedford itself is actually doing with that fuel. How are you doing with that fuel, big guy? No, that's Harrogate. Well, Harrogate's happy. It's still getting its fuel. And Bedford is awesome with the fuel. It's happening with fuel. It's super happy with fuel. And it's like, yeah. I see I upset something here, though. It was probably the food train. I still think I got to put one more train on that food line. Now their population has grown, so I probably have to upgrade the trains at some point to put more food on the trains. So that's probably where the other issue is. But that's okay. They're growing. That's what we want. Harrogate's doing great. Boom, ba-doom, boom. Yep, you know it. They're getting their stuff. Bedford's getting their stuff. So let's go back up here to the cool intersection. So as mentioned earlier, hey, look, we added some extra stuff to the cool intersection. We've now got this new bypass coming off the train, off of the cool intersection. Yep, headed towards the brick lines. We also doubled up this bridge from 2 to 4 lines. So what are we doing here? We are getting ready for lumber. That's where we're going next episode. You betcha. Next episode, we're going to try to get some tools made and, of course, start getting ready to supply some of that. Now, we don't need a lot of tools. on our main places, right? Because again, most of our main spots are kind of okay. These guys don't want tools. Of course, they would want goods because, gee whiz, they're terrible. Harrogate actually got its own little tool factory that we've had running since 1850 with trucks. So why would I break that? And that's fine. So we want to try and get a tool line running. And of course, I'm kind of thinking up here, boom, right? Stapleford, we might try to sneak some tools into this town and see what we can't do about it. And I don't know why when these guys upgrade, they all want box goods. That drives me crazy. I wish they would take tools because I could get them some tools. But we're going to try and put a wood line in here, work with a wood factory, and at the same time, I was kind of thinking I might try to get a farm running with either these guys here or, more important, with Romford. So Romford, of course, would love to join the cast. They've got passenger service. Their destination number is awesome, but we haven't supplied them with any goods. They're the only town, I think, on our passenger line service that isn't getting any goods. And I would like to get them at least their primary goods, which means I got to find them a food source and a fuel source. Well, gee, it turns out I got a nice fuel source going here on a couple locations, right? Maybe we can get a little fuel from that to supply to these guys. And at the same time, food, well, it turns out I think they just slammed in a farm somewhere down here. The trick is that the farm, I really wish the farm was up here somewhere because running a train service to make it profitable is going to be pretty tough. I think it's going to be pretty tough. This is the last food processing plant I have at the moment, and unfortunately, yeah. It is what it is. I wish they would destroy this plant, and either put it up here or put a farm up here so as I could try to make at least a 75% run on something. But we will have a look at that. I'd like to see Romford finally get on board with some goods and at the same time get our first lumber line running on this main line. And as of course, before we cut out for the day, it's just so good looking here. It's just so good looking here now. We'll back this up a little bit. Get it up here a little bit. Yep. Back out here a little more. There we go. Let's swing around this way so we can see where we're going. Because we're coming into some really nice spots here, right? We come through the little valley here, and of course all the trains are running really good now. Oh yeah. This is what you play Transport Fever for. You play Transport Fever so it's when you start running in, once you've got, a fair amount of goods up and running, you start having this. This is what it's all about, right? And then, of course, you start making crazy intersections like this. And, this is where it gets all crazy, and it's really, really nice. It's really nice looking. This is what we want, right? There's our new wood line running down the side here. Hopefully we get to do something with that on the next episode. As you can see, the brick trains are running down here. They look great. So that is what we've got going on as we watch trains back and forth here all day. I mean, it really is just like owning your own train set, right? Without spending the $19,000 to buy the trains. It's just perfectly fine. You can have your own train set and just sit here and watch them all day long, and it's great. So with that, we've got our new fuel line in. It's running really nice. We'll bring it up here on the screen one more time just to have a look at it. Oh yeah, it's still running that 10 plus million, 11 million. It's looking good. The main profit sheet is showing that we're running between 64. I spent a little money on this year, right? About $60-70 million a year. I think that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Can't complain about that too much. There's a chart, right? I spent some money. This is where I spent some money because I bought a bunch of trains. But you gotta spend money to make money, people. You gotta spend money to make monies. And I likes the monies as I like watching the trains. I'm Max. This, of course, has been a slightly shortened version of Transport Fever 2 Live. the 2022 spring update edition, as we are watching all the trains here at the mega section going by, having a good time. Of course, the roofers are almost done with the roof, so our next episode should be our full 2-hour episode there on Thursday. And of course, stay tuned for the poll next week because, of course, I am trying to, now that I've gotten to 2,500 subs, we like to refine the times a little bit, make sure that everybody's getting, the ability to watch live some of our episodes. And but then polls are going to be about another week coming out. Between the roofing and the other things, I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done. It's just a crazy time. Summertime. It's some summertime, and it's always a crazy time. With that, I'm Max, and I am going to see you on the next one. Take care.